folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shifts past him at the 45. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
48-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Down at his 40.
But sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Watson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st down, Buccaneers.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
40 yards. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On for the field goal, a 34-yard attempt.
And a 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now the second down throw on target. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but To go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Come on, QB, come on. Check 9, check 9. Check 3.
Now a handoff looking right. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 6-0 our score after one.
Falcons, nothing.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, get me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
They'll look to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping.
22-yard attempt.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Right back to him on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough, swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. And it's a Buccaneers touchdown.
Tampa Bay.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Travis Fulgham. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Travis Fulgham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10.
Sterling Buckrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down, Tampa Bay.
He'll let one go deep for Howard. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Graham Gano.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Oh, what a juke into space. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big pickup there on the run. 39 yards.
At the 38-yard line.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
There to kick off for the Falcons.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mack Wilson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Third down. 3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Buccaneers.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. They'll look to throw again. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Let's go. You tighten up. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
On 2nd down, here's the option. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Check. Lucky.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And 7 at the 13-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that throw.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Check. Fresno.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Come on. Where's the
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
He has Brett over the middle. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52.
They'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
He finds Howard complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 14.
And they'll go on the ground. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
41, Falcons 10.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
By number 4.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
55 is mine, guys. 55.
He'll look to throw. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Looking to throw. He's going to air one out. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a desperation. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Looking for the end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
At the 26.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air, escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Chris Godwin. It's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Go check. SOS.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
Final score, Buccaneers.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help it.